earlier that morning. Didn't think you'd let me have this much fun, Tone. Bee has been testing the limits of her freedoms for a while now. I'm sure she'll be thrilled to discover the consequences. If it's true that her banks are working with the Cult of Dawn and trying to overthrow Sigrid, then she must be stopped. Eleanor's intel about the gates hidden at the bottom of their vaults is also a concern. You know better than anyone the dangers of teleportation. Yeah. Nice job getting us in, Merchant. Nice that they have hardly updated their security since I quit. Their good and deeds are as good as ours. We've got this in the bag. Let's just hope the other teams got through, okay? And thus we are the final team, the Coin Team. Bonnie's ability? It's kind of like Claire's. She can make a projectile, but unlike Claire's, she throws it straight like a baseball. And similar to the baseballs, it will go until it hits a wall. Eleanor has been blessed with the power of flight. She makes a little cloud, and you can fly wherever you want. However, because her ability is a cloud, if you want to attack things, you're going to need to use marbles or baseballs that you find in the stage. My, don't you look serious and focused. The Bonnie Fell the rumors talk about is much more of a wild beast, I hear. Sorry to disappoint. Your friend spoke highly of you, though, despite it all. You knew Belle? We did a bit of business together. Yeah, she wouldn't know better. I mean, Eleanor is not honest merchant like Zagel, but, like, she's not evil. I think. Now, Sir Tone, about my fee. After. How about 50% up front? This isn't the time for bartering. We have a job to do. We'll circle back later then. Yeah, Eleanor very much just wants to make a profit. You better not try anything, merchant. My, whatever do you mean? Sure, I'm profit-driven, but I know right from wrong. I did quit working at the bank for a reason, you know. Yeah. Doesn't change you were one of them once. I mean... No, Bonnie, yes, stay on alert. You know, this all would be way easier if you let me bring my scythe. I'm sure you two will handle it just fine. Oh yeah, me and Cloudslinger over here. You already said you aren't fighting. What if we run into an actual threat? We are expecting the dawn, remember? Then I suppose we'll have a bit more fun than we were anticipating. If we run into anything bad, I'm kicking you into it. Tone, we'll see about you. I have my reservations. Also, first thing to find is right at the start. You can only get this as Bonnie because Eleanor can't break that. But we have our first deed and a door. Thou hast gotten thus far and never earned all the medals in a single run. Doth thou lack skill, focus, talent perhaps? You shall be pitied. So, we finally have one of these doors that I don't have to look back on what's required. This door requires you to get all 3 medals in one go. So, give me 1 second. Alright, now that we got that. Thou hast shown thy worth. Thy merit is vast. I am open to thee. And we have a cursed object that, while we could use the same thing of Claire's power of flight by doing this, let's show this mechanic off that admittedly comes in a later stage. Throw it, and you teleport to where it lands. Now let's actually get to the real stage. And, we have people already running in terror. Now, we, unfortunately, need to get up here. Because, well, this would be easier with Eleanor. Because as you fly up here, this is the book for the stage. Yeah. One tile gap that those blocks were indicating. And it's really high up there. Again, it is intended for you to get that with Eleanor. But let's grab these keys because, well, we have a door here that needs 3 keys. And I apparently have made the mistake of destroying the balloon I was going to bounce on. Oh well. Yeah, ceilings are also a little weird here. You sometimes will just hit your head on a lower piece of the ceiling. I'm not sure why, but, okay. You know what? There. We got him. I'm sorry, I thought it was in a different stage. No, it's this one where you get to learn about the teleport balls. We have a break-in at Grevenfall Vault. Security is aware. All staff, be advised to report suspicious unmasked individuals. Any failure to apprehend the suspect will result in a penalty against all staff currently on the clock. Do your best for your own sake, otherwise you are all fired. Find them! With that PA out of the way, yeah. Enjoy this! We've got all these pneumatic tubes that we gotta be a little careful of. But we also have another secret fake wall. I'm glad that the deeds are, you know, a little plentiful. And if you come back to this stage, it just redoes the same thing. Now, we'll give them all a good reason to be running in panic. Look at them run in terror and cower in fear, and yeah, this is for Eleanor. Alright, Eleanor, let's just fly over here nice and easy and grab that nice, just standing there deed. And also, you know, we can use Eleanor to fly up and grab this deed. 2 definitely intended for Eleanor deeds back to back. But, yeah, like I said, she can't break that, so you kind of have to find other ways around. And now, we have one of the gimmicks for here. We have to open up this lock. Whichever row is currently the next one to move is where you move, and you just move them left or right to let the whole thing come down. You are certainly more than you let on. What game are you playing exactly? Don't think about it too much. Just a local friendly merchant. Right time and place. Oh, and don't forget about my reward. Eleanor, always in it for the money. Not bad, merchant. Think you could lend me a cloud? Oh, so sorry. Only room for one. I could rent it to you. Of course you could. Always in it for money. So, you just here to babysit or what? You can feel free to jump in whenever. If they think they can take on Sigrid, someone needs to watch for whatever that trump card is. It's not Bramble or whatever. Bramble has less of a chance against Sigrid than you. She is no secret weapon. Oh, something dramatically worse than the thing everyone's worried about. Perfect. That's just great. Yeah, that's not great. Quite the fearsome combatant, aren't you? Weren't you armed with a scythe before? Word is, it had quite the curious power. Shouldn't you have brought it along? Hey, it's not my fault. An army of skeletons would make this job a breeze. Sure would have been useful. Huh, Scarface? That scythe is a priceless artifact and important to the grave functioning properly. It was never your scythe. I mean, yeah, Bonnie did steal it. I do not actually want to use this teleport because we need to come in here. We got ourselves a nice tasty rose. And now, I want that teleport because we have electric things again. And this teleport orb is going to help me not care about these things because Bonnie can't jump up there. But, you know, we can teleport. Well, okay, she could get up here with the power of flight, but, you know, not with intended mechanics. Oh, hey, there's someone over in that middle one. Now we kind of have to, I mean, she's in this one now, but what's going on here? Please help. That banker is the manager and is punishing my wife for trying to leave early so we could go on a date. He's a jerk. But she's right here. You find her, she gives you a heart, and you get a deed. Finally, some time off with my wife. Thanks. Hey, wait, aren't you a criminal? No, Eleanor's not a criminal. Now, if I came in here with Bonnie, that would be another story. Also, not here. I'm thinking of a different one. Pay no mind to that. We'll get back to what I was thinking of later. But it's now time to play Match 3. Similar to what we did as the cake team, only it's a, hey, here's a puzzle. You have to find the solution. This is Grenfell News with the latest in weather. Luckily, there are no signs of the sea storms returning. Truly, we have been blessed with a peace at long last to reopen the seas. The weather for Artizane is looking perfect without a cloud in the sky. No need for an umbrella today, folks. Enjoy the festivities without a care in the world. Be sure to tune in later for a special live coverage with me, Donna Prima. Yeah, the fact the storms are gone and they mysteriously appeared, I'm sure it's fine and doesn't have any link to Prodigal, I say, knowing it has a link to Prodigal. Anyway, yeah, Eleanor, like I said, kind of needs help taking things out from here. But, you know, rather than going that way, we could have just flown right up here. Would have been perfectly fine and safe. You heard the rumor, right? That Bee the Queen is going to take things too far this year? She's hoping to lure Sigrid here for some reason. Lure Sigrid? No, that's crazy. Why would she do that? No one can take on Sigrid. Look, I'm just saying what I heard. I hope it isn't true. Speaking of crazy, did someone break in, or was that a false alarm? I don't know. I am clocked back in. I'm on my break. Fair enough. So we get to eavesdrop on the bankers as we, you know, climb through the ducts. I'm glad they don't look up. And now it's time to rob the bank! This is a mini game. Hold the grab button. Each time you catch a gem before it touches the ground, you can throw it into the bag and get points. This is 100% just because it is fun, and points, though, you can also use this towards getting one of the achievements, which is earning 1,000,000 points, because I believe this is giving, each gem is giving you the equivalent of a max combo score. And then you can grab all the coins after the fact, make getting the coin medal admittedly kind of easy on these coin stages. Who would have thought? You think you can just break into our vault? Well, yeah, we kind of already have, Brainiac. Then you won't be leaving alive! I say as my voice cracks. This! If you've ever played Sonic 1 or watched someone play Sonic 1, This is basically the final boss of Sonic 1, or very similar. He's in tubes. You gotta hit the right one. However, thankfully, I think there's never more than 2, so you can just stand between them like this, and when you see which one it is, you just throw. I recommend always standing between so you can see which one they're coming down. Because if it's not the one you're looking at, you turn around and throw it. But you do have a generous amount of time, and if it's really a problem, you can go ahead and just pause. You can pause buffer it is what I'm trying to get at. My, it does seem like I have provided quite the valuable intel, haven't I? I do hope such value will be reflected in my reward. With a gate and bunker network like this in their vaults, no wonder the Dawn has been able to move so freely without us being able to track them. You should see what they keep in the enchanted vaults. I'm afraid to know what they keep in the enchanted vaults. You, the traitor, where have you been hiding? Traitor? I don't remember promising any loyalty to anything. You're all just very poor judges of character, it would seem. They'll come for you. You aren't hidden any longer. Oh, marvelous. Luckily for me, I've been hedging my bets. It's about time I cashed out on all my investments. Yeah, like, she's very money-focused, but she also has been making connections. You certainly seem unfazed by the vault for a first-timer. What's there to be impressed by? The size of it? All the money and goons running around? It's just another glitzy garbage heap without any heart or soul. Who cares? Not everyone's immune to the enchantment of glimmering gold. Even I had a time under the spell. Now, I wouldn't trade a coin of it for my humble home in Sparky. Sparky! Never forget, Sparky is best dog. So, the Cult of Dawn really was involved, huh? Looks like Eleanor wasn't lying. Explains a lot. These gates must have let them move around easily without us being able to track them down. I guess if you're going to take on Sigrid, you have to get your roots in pretty deep. Wish we had something like this. So, the Cult of Dawn really was involved, huh? Looks like Eleanor wasn't lying. Explains a lot. These gates must have let them move around easily without us being able to track them down. I guess if you're going to take on a Sigrid, you have to get your roots in pretty deep. Wish we had something like this. Sigrid could have used gates since long ago for the good of all. Instead, she banned it, and with good reason. We both are well aware of the dangers of toying with such devices. Yeah, trust me, I won't be forgetting anytime soon. Yeah, what with you going to the colorless void last time? You know, honestly, part of me had hoped you were lying. The bank and B working with the Dawn is not the best. Gates that connect all 5 major cities? No wonder they're so hard to track. It took discovering who they were working with to really break me from the spell. Whatever the price, deal or contract they offered, it wasn't worth being party to that. I much prefer my gold clean. Guess even a merchant is honest once in a while. Zagel, though! Zagel is most honest merchant, Bonnie. I hope at some point you get to meet Zagel. You have no idea who you're making an enemy of. Think it hasn't dawned on me yet, merchant? You losers made an enemy of me a while ago. Bring it on. And with that, it's time for us to go through a gate to another bank.